Now, on the Russia-Ukraine front, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has said that he expects Moscow to present a Ukraine ceasefire outline within days.
Well, that will show if it is serious, he said. Now, as Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky accuses Moscow of buying time. This after President Donald Trump spoke separately by telephone to Zelensky and Vladimir Putin after Russian and Ukrainian officials met in Istanbul on Friday for their first direct talks on the conflict in 3 years.
Now, Rubio said that Putin and Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov indicated that they would present their own terms, maybe in a number of days, maybe this week.
So what we're expecting now, based on the President's phone conversation yesterday and my conversations over the weekend with Mr. Lavrov, is that at some point here fairly soon, maybe in a number of days, maybe this week hopefully, the Russian side is going to present terms that they would want to see, just broad terms that would allow us to move towards a ceasefire. And that ceasefire would then allow us to enter into detailed negotiations to bring about an end to the conflict.
The U.S. Secretary of State further said that the presentation will tell us a lot about their true intentions, in his words. Now, Putin, after Trump's call, had said he was ready to work with Ukraine on a memorandum outlining a possible roadmap and different positions on ending the war. He has consistently rejected proposals for a 30-day truce put forward by Kyiv and its Western allies.
At a Senate hearing, Rubio denied suggestions by Senate Democrats that Putin is playing for time and delaying progress in negotiations with Ukraine. Rubio insisted to critical lawmakers that Putin hasn't gotten a single concession from Trump.
Now, furthermore, Zelensky accused Russia of trying to buy time in order to continue its war and occupation.
It is Moscow that is dragging out the war. That's why Russian oil, the tanker fleet, their entire energy infrastructure that finances the war, all their banks, all their financial schemes, Russia's military industry, all of these should be targets for sanctions. We discussed with Ursula von der Leyen the next sanctions steps, the steps of Europe.
Meanwhile, European Union and Britain announced new sanctions against Russia on Tuesday. Without waiting for Washington to join them, new measures will zero in on Moscow's shadow fleet of oil tankers and financial firms that have helped it avoid the impact of other sanctions imposed over the war.
Now, on the other hand, top finance leaders from the G7 group of nations gathered in Canada for talks, with the war in Ukraine and economic turmoil unleashed by Trump's tariffs at the top of their minds. Canadian Finance Minister François Philippe has said that Ukraine's presence in the meeting sends a strong message to the world that members are recommitting to support the country against Russia's invasion.
And I think it is very telling to the world that we have our Ukrainian friend with us for the G7 summit. You know, it sends a strong message to the world that we are, all of us, recommitting to support Ukraine. We're going to hold Russia to account. And we're also going to talk about what we're going to be doing in terms of reconstruction.